XRP will move fast and aggressively when it happens. Now, I don't know what date it's going to happen, and I'm not going to predict the price, but I will tell you that it unequivocally, of course, in my opinion, based on my research, will be one of the greatest assets that we will ever experience in our living history. Now, I'm willing to put myself into that financial arena, and it is my number one holding personally and for my company's treasury. Now, why do I believe this? Let's get out of the hype, let's get out of the hopium, let's just talk facts, figures, numbers, logic. Again, this is my research, not financial advice on my channel. It's full authenticity, no gatekeeping. I'm gonna share with you my exact portfolio at the end. Again, I'm encouraging you to do your own research. And I'm willing to put myself, I call it the financial arena, and I might take some losses, but I have the guts to put it out there. I have the guts to do it from 2020 to 2024, and I nailed it. And I have the guts to put it out from 2025, what I'm doing, to 2030. I'm gonna tell you my exact portfolio at the back end of this video. So here's why I unequivocally believe that XRP is gonna leave a dent in the universe. Is number one, I came from the banking sector. I went to CBA Executive Banking School. We learned how to scale the retail side of banks. One of the biggest things is liquidity. Nostro, vostro. You have trapped liquidity on one side and the other. The archaic banking system is slow, it's clunky. The banks are in a liquidity crisis. The bond yield's inverted, then re-inverted. The bond market's all messed up. Japan is all screwed up. They're raising interest rates. China's at 3%, 300% debt to income ratio. Japan's at 500. America's at 120% debt to income ratio. AI technology is moving things at the speed of light now. Money has to move at the speed of light. And there's a company that's been going at it for a very long time. Bitcoin was in 2009. Ripple started to come out in 2012, I think 2013. It wasn't called XRP, but it started to come out around 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended. Remember, they thought the world was going to end, but it was a shift into a new era. The old era is dying off. The company Ripple effect, Aquarius coming in. XRP, the technology, solves a massive liquidity crisis. Not only had they solved the problem, but the company Ripple is working to take over the whole financial system. Ripple is now being approved for a bank charter. I told you guys Ripple is going to become a bank. I got made fun of and ridiculed. They are now becoming a bank. You are going to now see the full implementation of decentralization. You are going to be in control. It doesn't feel like it, but you have choice in the future, where you will be able to be your own bank. You'll have decentralization. You'll get to pick whatever stablecoin you want to use. We'll be on an even playing field monetarily before we know it. And 99.9% of you won't even know that you're operating on crypto, and you'll still be making fun of people who invested in crypto. You'll be operating on a blockchain, distributed ledger technology. We all got played. JP Morgan was already creating their own system. JPM coin, Onyx, you can look up all this stuff. Jamie Dimon would say Bitcoin's a fraud, but blockchain technology is here to stay. Even Trump said in 2017, he's the dollar guy, he's not into crypto. Larry Fink told you to run from it. There's a big narrative from 2017 to 2023, and then 2023, they all flipped. Now at JP Morgan, you can use at the back end of this year, your crypto to get a loan. Bank of America, 4%. Is what their financial advisors are talking about now, allocating into digital assets like Bitcoin. But here's the thing. There's an interview I have on my YouTube channel, the 3T Warrior Academy. You have to watch it today. It was probably one of the best interviews I've ever watched if you're trying to figure out XRP. He talks about the fact that financial advisors love XRP. They understand it. It makes sense. It has a real world solve. The ETF is crushing. The inflows are unbelievable. It's always been the banker coin, and I was okay with that. I was an ex-banker. I understand it. We got made fun of because it was the banker's coin. And the funny thing is, the people saying that was the Bitcoin people. I have a ton of Bitcoin too. But the Bitcoin people also, check this out. In 2023, it was anti-government. By 2024, there was tons of politicians and all the Bitcoiners were cheering for the politicians at the Bitcoin conference. Guys, we all got played. As they told you to look this way, they changed the whole system this way. Wake up, it's nothing new under the sun. It's always been the same. The 1% has always remained the 1%. They tell you to look this way as they build the whole new system this way, and then when the water's warm, they're like, come on in. And what you're gonna hear from institutions, see, they're going to bring up all the collapses, 10, 20, 25, FTX, Celsius, institutional grade custody. Bring your crypto to Wells Fargo Bank. Bring your crypto to Bank of America. You can get loans off of your Bitcoin, your XRP, Ethereum very soon. And your financial advisors are going to be asking you to invest in XRP, Ethereum, Solana, and Bitcoin very soon because they get paid under assets under management. These assets are going to be extremely valued, high valued in the next 10 years. So I make my decisions off conviction, off understanding, off utility, not hype. So here's my assets. Again, no gatekeeping, not financial advice. I'm only just going to be honest. This is era of authenticity. No more blind effing leadership. We're just putting your money somewhere and I hope that you'll help me retire. Like, especially men, like men, you're putting your money in someone else's hands and you're hoping another dude is going to help your family. Come on. No more blind leadership. Get your shit together. Manage your own finances. Create a budget. Learn how to invest. Okay. So on the digital asset side, my top 3 by a long shot, XRP and Bitcoin are my top 2. I think XRP, don't quote me on them. I want to give you pretty close. 43% XRP, about 40% Bitcoin. For the company level, we own a lot more XRP than we do Bitcoin. For my personal, so it's XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, just shot in number 3 spot. WL as in Larry, F as in Frank, I as in India, World Liberty Financial. Number 4 is Solana. I always mix these two up. Number 5 would be HBAR or XLM. So HBAR and XLM are number 5 and number 6, and VeChain is number 7. I have many other cryptos, but I'm going to be consolidating. If those things even get to, I might even do some tax harvesting and close out, and I'm going to consolidate into XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, WFI. I'm just going to stick in the ones that I know are going to survive regulation, that are going to be part of the new financial system. You do you. On the stock side, it's American Bitcoin, ABTC, and XXI. Be careful, there's an XXII, which is Jack Mallers with 21 Capital. So ABTC, XXI, I own the Bitcoin treasury. American Bitcoin, I own the picks and shovels in the new era of mining. Bitcoin, I own the gold. XRP, I own the payment rails. WLFI, I own the new decentralized platform. Solana, HBAR, I own the layer 1s, the system. Solana specifically, the layer 1. So I own the infrastructure, so that feels really good to me. It feels solid, like it feels rock solid to me. Then I use what's called CapDR. It's a system that I invented and I trademarked. Well, it's very close to being trademarked. It's a system that beats economic cycles and inflation. You can plug any asset into it because you have to learn how to beat inflation. C is cash flow. I create cash flow. Your cash is trash. Your income is my debt. My income is your debt. I take my income and I create cash flow using cash generating dividends. There's tier 1, high risk, tier 2, tier 3. I like high risk dividends. I take the high risk dividends, only 10% of my income goes in there, and my income from my active income, and I move it into A, which are assets. I just gave you all my assets. Your ass needs to figure out what assets work for you and what you have conviction on. Don't follow Coach JV blindly. Make your own decisions. My assets are protecting my ass because I understand them. My assets go up. I de-risk, DR, capital DR. I de-risk out, keep some in for moonshots, and I de-risk out into insurance. My partner and I have insured about 30% of our wealth. Nobody can touch it. That also creates L, which is leverage, our family bank. We use cash value life insurance. When you all go panicking and running from the fire when the markets collapse, we've secured some of our wealth, the principal, and we borrow at low interest and we go buy everybody's fear. When the markets come back, because it's just a market cycle, they go up, they go down. There's been 200 market cycles, 30 big market collapses. Warren Buffett, buy when there's blood in the streets, so we follow what he says. So we buy your fear with borrowed money from insurance, family bank, had no liquidation risk, and then when it goes back up, we pay it off and we have free assets. That's how winning is done. That's called a system. It's called richest man in Babylon. It's called wisdom of King Saul. It's not waiting for a price prediction. It's not waiting for hype. It's not waiting for hopium. It's finding good assets at a fair price, holding the line, watching paint dry, and getting your shit together, physically, spiritually, and financially. That is your job, man, as the head of household. Stop being sloppy physically, spiritually, and financially. So hopefully you made it this far. That's my ecosystem. I'm sticking to it. I'm in the financial arena. I'm willing to put my neck out there to be able to see if I take losses. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather put my neck out there and take losses, be a coward, and never try. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together.